Hi again. So, what are my expectations for you this semester? Well, at the very least, you're going to need 2 days a week to work on this class. I think that's the bare minimum. And if you do just 2 days a week, you really need to set aside like 5 hours to do everything in a unit. I think that's even tight. 4 days a week would be better, 2 days for each of the units, but if you can only do 1 day a week, then, if you can only do 2 days a week, that is 1 day for each unit, then go ahead and do that. When you're working on a unit, I need you to find a quiet place with Wi-Fi, someplace you won't be disrupted. I expect you to read your CSUN email. I'm going to be sending you things, emails, information through Canvas all the time. That's going to go to your CSUN email unless you go into the CSUN email system and change the default or add another email address to use. Obviously, I want you to show respect for one another. Psychology classes are classes where people can bring up personal information. They can bring up, sometimes it's a class where you might be more vulnerable than, say, an intro to physics class. People might share stories that illustrate a point, but maybe don't describe their behavior on their best day. So let's just be respectful of one another and to realize that this is a challenging semester and not everybody is going to be at their best every day. Okay, when you start a unit, right at the top, I want you to do the reading. After you do the reading, I want you to look at the slides. Ideally, download the slides so that you can study from them and write notes on them. Then after you've done those two things, do the reading, check out the slides, then I want you to watch the mini lectures, okay, with the slides, so you can take notes. After you've done all that, I want you to complete the lab, if there is one, and then once you've done all 4 of those things, then you can start the quizzes. First, you can take the practice quiz, which you can take as many times as you want. It doesn't affect your grade at all. So it's a very safe place for you to gauge how much you've learned and how much you need to study before taking the graded quiz for that unit, which will be right below the practice quiz. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Next slide. Resources for you to succeed in this class. I give you the readings. I give you my slides. I want you to use those, okay? There's also extra optional material for you to use. It'll be at the bottom of each unit. It's very useful to learn about something from multiple points of view. That's how you really remember it. So take that information into account. I am going to have an office hour every week on Tuesday mornings from 10:30 until 11:30. Tuesday mornings, 10:30 to 11:30. They'll be via Zoom. Drop in, ask questions, hang out with your friends and chat with me. It's all good. Okay. If you cannot meet with me on Tuesday between 10:30 and 11:30, send me an email message and we'll schedule an appointment just for you at a different time. Okay? Let's see. Oh, the best way to reach me is by email. You can try to spell out margaret.shafrar@csun.edu, but the easiest address to use is my alias, which is just Mag, the first 3 letters of Maggie, so mag@csun.edu. That's the way to get a hold of me. What I'd like to do now is go into Canvas and show you where everything is. So let's do that now. Okay, here we are. When you log into our Canvas homepage, this is what should pop up. The home page should appear first. In the top section here, you'll see sources of information that'll be useful in class. A course syllabus can be found here. My office hours with the Zoom meeting ID number and password can be found here under the link that says office hours. There's a research requirement for this class. You can't start that until after Labor Day, so I'm not going to talk about it now, but we'll talk about it later. There's a link if you want to check to make sure that you have everything that you need to succeed in your online classes, then you'll go to this link. CSUN has a ton of resources to help you succeed. All of the resources for student success are available at this link. And in November, there will be a presidential election that will be certainly the most important election in many of our lives. In order to vote in November, you need to register now if you haven't already done so, and you can do that from this link here. Okay, if you scroll down, you'll see our entire class laid out for you. This is a kind of syllabus, if you will, at least in terms of scheduling. So right now we are in Unit 1, which opened officially on Monday and closes on Wednesday at noon. So before Wednesday at noon, you have to complete Unit 1. What will you find when you go into Unit 1? Well, at the very top will be the reading, the required reading for this unit. You want to read that. The slides for all the mini lectures are found below that. Below the slides are the mini lectures themselves. They appear here. There'll be a lab. You need to click on this link to go to the lab and complete that. Once you're done with all of these things, then you can go down to the quizzes. I don't have them up yet, but the practice quiz will appear here. Again, the practice quiz does not count towards your grade. You can take it as often as you like. You will get the answers after you take the quiz. After you take the practice quiz a few times till you're sure you are ready for the graded quiz. Each unit has its own graded quiz. You can only take it one time, and it does count towards your grade. And below this will be extra goodies where you can get additional information about the topics in that unit. And that is the structure of where you find everything in Canvas. Hi again. So this ends my lecture for Unit 1. You know what to do now, right? You do the readings for Unit 1, download the slides for Unit 1 and study them, do the lab, then you can do the practice quiz. After you're comfortable with the practice quiz, comfortable with what your grade is, how well you're doing, then you will take the graded quiz. The graded quiz will be a lot like the practice quiz. So don't worry, but you only take the graded quiz once, and your grade on that quiz does count towards your final grade in this class. All right. So I look forward to working with you this semester, and let's have some fun. This will be a wild term. Okay, take care.